Tell me when we're live, when we're ready, sir. We're live. Welcome. My name is Ed, and I'm going to be your dungeon master for this evening. Today is a great day to be a DragonLance fan. Why? I'm going to tell you in a minute. But welcome to the DragonLance Nexus presents Dragons on the River of Time. If you're new to the game, you can find our recorded sessions on YouTube. Search for DragonLance Nexus and give us a subscribe, please. We're also live streaming on Facebook and under the Dragonlance or at Dragonlance Nexus handle, and of course Twitch under Dragonlance Nexus. Our info is to my below, I believe. Yes. So why is it great to be a Dragonlance fan? Because we just today released Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything. We've worked on it for like 5 or 6 months, and it's everything you would ever need to run a Dragonlance campaign and a lot extra. It is live on the Nexus. So, Trampus, what's the Nexus's website? I believe you could find it below, but just speak it.
Just go to dragonlancenexus.com. And if you want to find it real quick, just go over to the latest news, and it's right at the top there, Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything. Or you can go under our game rules section, hit D&D 5e, and it is at the top left. I've got it pinned, so it's going to be there for a while. Yeah, you know, I just want to say real quick, 20 years ago when we started the Nexus, the idea was to keep Dragonlance alive in fandom, and Dragonlance gaming was a very big part of that as we were headed into 3rd edition. Here we are 20 years later. We've done the same thing for 5th edition. We've learned a lot along the way of what to do, what not to do. And these guys have really pulled it off. I want to say thank you to all of our contributors, to our artists, our writers, you know, to Chuck for managing product. Ed did a great job on layout. And Ed doesn't know yet, but for everything I do in the future, he's going to do the layout for it. And,
Just kidding. But thanks to Tim as well, because we couldn't have done it without him. He
yes.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
You know, Tim did a great job leading our rules development with this, and it's just a fun read. It really is. I'm still going through it myself, to be honest, but I haven't been this excited for a fan product in a long time, and you know, and I do hope that WotC puts something out someday. But until then, we've got this, and we're going to be supporting WotC. We're going to be doing our thing too, so that way you'll have new adventures to play, because Dragonlance needs new adventures to play. We're going to have new source books. Maybe go around the world a little bit. I don't know. So let's just see what happens.
All right, cool. So I do want to take a minute to say thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you're watching, we love you. You can find a link in below, like I said, to our Patreon to support us. It goes to keeping our website hosted, and also it helps us to commission new artwork. So when you guys open up Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything, you're going to notice some of the art was recycled. And we don't want to do that anymore. We got some new art, especially the cover, some awesome new Draconian stuff, Lord Soth, you know, like there was some great art there that we had on the Nexus that we were able to use and highlight those artists. But so coming soon from the Nexus is we have this whole schedule of books. All right. So we have an adventure path coming, and it's going to be called Champions of Krynn. And the first one of that is going to be in the fall of this year. All right. And the next year we'll release our companion book to Taz's Pouches, which is the Bestiary of Krynn. And we've got like 70 odd stat blocks that we're working on. And we have a lot of new art that we want to get commissioned. So if you have a minute, if you got a couple of bucks, go to our Patreon, donate, because it's going right back out there to creators, to artists to assist us so we can have new art and so our books can look extra sexy. All right. That's really all I got. Oh, one more thing is we did get a request for the bestiary to have a write-up for Lord Soth because someone was unhappy with the monster manual version of a Death Knight. So we did. We're working on that. Okay. That being said, I know this evening we're a few players light. Chuck is not able to be here, and neither is William, and that is Tarn and Zorion, respectively, our cleric and our paladin. But we still have our great players here. And so I'm just going to go around and ask for introductions. So, Tim, what's your character? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm playing Garrus, the Minotaur fighter, who was a member of the Dragon armies, is not anymore, and has kind of seen the error of his ways. He now worships Kiri Jollith after being captured at the High Clear's Tower. So, yeah, that's it. Garrus the Minotaur. He's the bruiser.
All right. Well then, what about you?
I am playing Ari Haversack. He is listed game stat wise as a Kender assassin with an urban bounty hunter background. Unlike assassins, he is out there to nab Kender thieves. I've got to remind you, thieves are bad. So Kender thieves are the worst, and he will hunt them down. Yeah, that's basically what you're going to be seeing tonight.
And what's great is our Kender race stats that are in Taz's pouches were tested through this game. So tried and true, and a number of other play testers if you go to the table of contents. But, well then, you're an awesome Kender, and I appreciate you. All right, so let's go to John. John, who are you? What do you do?
I am Erevan Moonwhisper, who is a warlock of the patron, is the journeying, the device of time journeying, which is a class that I created and is hosted on the Nexus as well. From a alternate future, and we have bounced around a couple times now to find ourselves in different eras of Kren.
And I promise you as a DM, that will eventually come back around, that alternate timeline, which is, if you guys, if you have the 3.5 book, or you read War of Souls, it's the Age of Dragons, right? Isn't that right, Trampus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's based on the Age of Dragons, where Takesis never stole the world. So that's where Erevan comes from, and he's a Kaganesti elf. And last but not least, Trampus, tell us. We know who you are, but tell us about your character.
Hey, gang. I am playing MacGuffin, who is a Tinker Gnome artificer. So I'm using the Rock Gnome to play that. I've got me a pet bear, and my whole shtick is that, unlike other Tinker Gnomes who think that magic can power technology, I've done it the opposite way, where it's like technology's there to fuel and shape magic. And so little techie, little magic-y, and a whole lot of fun.
Excellent. All right, guys. So we are on session 10. We took June off because we didn't have enough players. We almost took July off, but we're pushing through. So I spent a lot of time in the last few days planning this session. One thing I didn't do was watch last session, so I just kind of have the summary notes in my brain dome, and we're going to use that. I apologize for not being able to give out points, but I'll do something extra special for everybody next session to basically kind of make up for the fact that I didn't get a chance to award points, things like that. All right. So what happened at the beginning of session 9, you guys were waylaid by a number of Knights of the Divine Hammer. And those are the peacekeeping knights Istar, and they're not always the nicest folks. But and the reason being is because they were more. You guys are a motley group of adventurers: a gnome, a kender, an elf, a dwarf, and a minotaur. And the Knights of the Divine Hammer were actually trying to arrest Garrus, just because he was a minotaur. It turned out it started into a fight, and that during that fight, a cleric, a paladin by the name of Zorion, kind of walked into the area. You guys were traveling through the gardens in Ishtar, and he assisted in, it did get bloody. Thankfully, nobody was killed. But he was able to, between the both of you, the powerhouses, kind of beating the crap out of those knights. And of course, Zorion driving them away, because he was a ranking priest, a paladin, or paladine. You were able to get out of that encounter. And the city watch had been called. They kind of blew a horn. And Zorion took you guys to a local wine sink, which is just like a bar, And there was Dugan Redhammer. And obviously, out of character, we all know Dugan Redhammer is a aspect, or that's the
Avatar.
fun word of saying avatar of the dwarven god Briorgs. And he was able to talk with you guys and explain a few things about your quest. He also said that the artifact you guys are hunting down to beat out Pandora Ko is in the Tower of High Sorcery of Istar, which has actually been converted several years prior by the King Priest to the Solio Fabalis, which is basically Istaran for the, what is it? Why do I have to look that up? What is it?
Hall of Sacrilege.
There you go. Thank you. My brain is just ridiculous today. The Hall of Sacrilege, and you guys are looking for a special artifact there. He gave you what looks like this little pendant that looks like the Tower of High Sorcery, or that Tower of High Sorcery, that he said will assist you through the Bakalan Grove, which is known to make people forget. And so he also gave everybody who doesn't look human, which I feel like is everyone, because the only person that was human was Zorion, hats of disguise. So everybody can travel throughout Istar not looking like they normally would. And from there, because Zorion kind of knew some of the background on the watch and what's going on, he had suggested that you guys wait till nightfall to try to slip into the Balakan Grove, because the guards that are on the city wall choose not to look at the Tower of High Sorcery, because the grove around it tends to move like there's wind, but there's no wind, and it's cursed. And in fact, there's some other weird things that Istarans associate with it, because obviously wizards are not allowed in Istar right now. It's been outlawed for a number of years, and they look at the Tower of High Sorcery as a curse on the city. And but in the tower, there are just that there are a bunch of nasty, evil artifacts that have been taken by the conquests of Istar, and that is where that's housed. And so from there, after a few rounds of dwarf spirits or beer or wine, whatever, with Dugan Redhammer, you guys decided to go back to the inn that you had entered, where the portal was to go to return to the Anvil, the World Serpent Inn. And so that's where we left it. I don't have my highlight moments. I apologize. Does anyone have any questions? It's about, at this point in time, before you guys leave the wine sink, it's like noon, 1 o'clock.
I can't remember exactly why we're headed back to the inn instead of going.
Oh, because Zorion said it'll be worse to try and go in broad daylight.
Right. Okay. All right.
To try and sneak into the grove than
Sure.
being sneaking around during the night when you can hide in shadows and things like that.
Okay.
That was the agreement. Any other questions? Okay. One more thing is you also figured out that Pandora Ko has been masquerading as an elven priestess and potentially has been engineering the whole process of returning slavery to Istar. That was another thing that popped out during last session. All right. So on your way back to the World Serpent Inn, you guys are all traveling, and a messenger hails the group, mostly looking to Zorion while you guys are in the street. And he says that he's been called to the Great Temple for the King Priest's quorum with the ranking clergy to discuss the ruling that will be coming about slavery. And as you guys had also known about Zorion, he's been an active priest against slavery. And he's almost considered a heretic, him and a number of younger priests. So knowing his duty to decry the coming edict, he decides to go. All right. And because Tarn, the dwarf, is kind of an untrusting character sometimes, a little bit, he, after, he shifted his form, and you guys had all said what you guys looked like, but I didn't watch the last session, so we can start from new. He decides to go with Zorion to the Great Temple. And he says, we'll be there. We'll meet you when we can. But Zorion does warn you that those types of meetings of clergy can take all night. All right. And that's how I'm explaining how 2 players are missing. Okay? Right. All right. So, all right. Travis, go ahead and change us to the map, please. We're back at the World Serpent Inn in the ground level tavern area when that loads up.
So I should take my cardboard cutout of Tarn and put him away then.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because I was going to just kind of move him along as we went and, put all sorts of grumpy little comments in there that sounds like stuff he would say.
Cool.
I think Chuck would be okay with that.
So I am not seeing the map. Do I have everybody? Let me make sure the players are on the right. Yep. Are you guys seeing the map popped up yet?
It's been popped up on my screen.
On the live feed?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
I'm talking about the live feed. Travis, or
Not on Facebook Live.
no, I don't see it either. I just see a black square. Travis, are you logged into Roll20 properly? Sorry, I know I'm asking silly questions.
And hold on.
It's okay. We got a minute. So before we get there, I will say that Zorion, he kind of hailed off the messenger, and he took you guys all off to the side, and he said, look, the wall guards don't care to look at the Balakan Grove because the trees shift to their own accord, as if a gentle wind is constantly blowing. But we can easily sneak up the southern road that passes closest to the gate. What I do know about the Solia Fabalis is when you get through the grove, there is some type of magically summoned guardian at the gates of the tower that asks questions to those who may prove worthy to pass. I don't know what that guardian is. And the last thing he says is inside the Soul of Kabbalah are trophies and idols of dark and false gods only. And out of character, you know that this is before the King Priest started persecuting the gods of balance and the disagreeing gods of light outside of Paladin. So it's more of bad gods. All right, and then false gods. All right,
Paladine, oh Palamine.
All right, so we are back in the inn, which, as you've kind of, you know where that nondescript door is, and you go in, and there's still that same amount of weird patrons. You see minotaurs, you see hobgoblins, you see half ogres at the bar, you see sprites in the far corner, you see satyrs and kender and patrons and you know the patron, you know the folks, the bartenders and the serving people. I won't say wenches because that's not, you know, we don't say that anymore. The serving
It's
folks.
not a nice word.
Yes, the serving folks they just passing around like it's not a big deal. So it's up to you. You know that you have a place to sleep upstairs if you guys want to take your long rest. But there's plenty of folks to talk to and things that, all right, Weldon. Right. Weldon's behind the bar. He's over the bar. The bartender's like, get the hell away out of here. Do you want something to drink? Anyway, but this is the strangest bar you guys have ever been to, especially because it's just an assortment of folks that you've just never seen before, including mythical creatures.
I think I'm going to order a drink and then go and join the two minotaurs in the corner.
Okay.
And just drink with them for a little while. And then once that's done, we'll have a few. And then as long as I can take time for a long rest before we head out.
Yeah, of course. So what's funny is when you put yourself over to the table of minotaurs, they just look at you and say nothing. And they don't even appear to be speaking to one another. And they're just sipping their drinks and they don't even say anything to you.
Do they look upset that I'm there, or do they?
No, they just seem to be neutral.
I give them whatever the traditional Minotaur greeting is. Well met, brothers.
And they look at each other in confusion. And then they narrow their eyes at you. And then you hear voices in your mind. Give me a will saving throw.
Wisdom?
Or a wisdom saving throw, excuse me. Yeah, I know. Sorry, 3.5.
Third edition.
Hey, if it's not a saving throw versus Rod Staff or 1, it is not a saving throw.
A 6.
All right, in your head, which you hear they don't speak to you, but in your head they say, "Go away," but there's no words coming out of their snouts.
Okay, then.
So go ahead and after the interaction, I'm trying to think. Is it an investigation? I feel like it's an investigation. Give me an investigation.
9.
No, they just look like weird minotaurs that aren't talking, but they're speaking directly into your brain.
Without breaking eye contact from them, I just walk backwards away and turn around and go back to the bar.
Okay. So where's everybody right now? Is everyone at the bar? Just move your characters to where you want to go.
I saw this empty table, so I just kind of sat there.
Wait a minute. Where are you at?
There's an empty table over here.
Oh,
right.
That's where I'm going.
I sidle up next to these two ogre guys.
And I'm going to order a bite to eat because, well, I'm not sitting on the table. I'm going to order a bite to eat. And I'm saying that now because I'm going to actually LARP a little bit and have my dinner because it just got.
Okay. So I will say, Garrus, they are speaking, the half ogres are speaking ogre. You don't know the language, but you know what it sounds like. And they're actually
Right.
speaking.
Are they talking to each
yeah.
other?
Yeah, they're talking to each other in
I won't
a
get between
broken
them.
mix of common and ogre.
Okay. I'd say to the bartender, what's the deal with the two minotaurs in the corner?
He kind of bends over and he's like, I'd mind your business if I were you. They're not really minotaurs. And he leaves it at that.
Okay.
And he's like, what are you drinking?
Ale.
All right, have this one on the house. And like he goes to like a special barrel. It's like it looks to be of oak. And an ale pours out that's very thick and dark. And he hands it to you.
Sniff it.
It smells very strong.
All right.
But with a finish of whiskey.
Then I down it in a gulp.
You're a big guy. I'm not going to make you Constitution saving throw until later. All right. So, okay, John, you're over at the table by yourself, and Weldon, you're at the bar. Either of you. Anything?
I'm watching Garrus chug down a
Actually-
large pint of like whatever. I'm impressed. Like, wow.
And you smell it from your seat at the bar. It smells very. It's the strongest ale you've ever smelled. And it smells like potentially it's been aged in whiskey barrels. All right.
Delicious.
I turn to the Kinder and I say, this place is even stranger than we first thought.
I'll turn to MacGuffin, who, Trampus, by the way, if you hold Alt while you move your token on the map, you can kind of get around using the squares. So you can go anywhere you want to make it.
Ooh.
I'll kind of look at MacGuffin and ask if he senses anything strange here beyond what we can obviously see with the patrons.
I don't know, Ed. Can I? Do
What
I
are you
see
trying to
anything
do?
strange?
I mean, it just depends on what
just
you're trying
look
to do.
around and see if anything stands out, other than the fact that everything stands out.
Well, you did notice that Garrus like slowly backed away from the Minotaur table, and those guys just glowered at Garrus and said nothing. That was the strangest thing, but there's hobgoblins over here, there's spatters over here, there's pixies over here, there's two Kender over here. What are these guys? I gotta remember what these guys are. Sorry. Sometimes I put stuff on the board. I'm trying to remember. And then there's actually, I'm sorry. These guys over here, these tables are gnomes.
Do they look like
Yes, they look like
tinker gnomes?
specific tinker gnomes, but they're both keeping to themselves, and they're both writing and drinking and eating. Like they look like they're writing things down and drinking and eating.
Mr. Irvin, I'm afraid I don't see anything that's out of the ordinary, other than my bad accent. But
is this a person here, Ed, too?
That's just a serving girl.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just say she comes over here, and then she asks if you guys need anything. Do you guys need anything?
I'll order dinner and something non-alcoholic to drink.
Okay. She asks for 3 silver pieces.
Yep.
I will ask what the dark brew that the Minotaur has over there. I'll take one of those.
Oh, Okay, that's the dark ale. It's very strong for one of your elven constitution.
I said I just had a breakfast of dwarven spirits recently, so I think I'm all right. I think I'm up to the challenge.
Oh, all right, very well, very well. So she goes over and she goes back to the bar, to the kitchen, whatever. She's off doing that.
His defense is, I've already got alcohol in my system,
nothing,
so it'll be fine.
nothing else can go wrong with it, right?
Right. Nothing's gonna beat some dwarven spirits. I'll just,
For the
I
life
can't
of me, I don't know
remember.
why you drink that crap.
Yeah, I don't feel like anyone failed their Constitution saves to be wasted drunk at that
No.
point. And even then, like you guys have walked a bit, so it's fine.
We might have swayed a little bit when we walked. It's fine.
Yeah, you might have done the the puke and go. Yeah, I've been there. It's all good. All right.
Military
Weldon. All right. So you guys ordered drinks. Weldon, what about you?
Well, I've been casing around the entire joint, going from person to person to person. Have I noticed anything curious that sparks my interest or see anything unusual
Okay.
as I go through everything?
Are you wearing the mask?
No, I am a kindred.
Well, you're wearing it. You guys are okay. You guys all have hats of disguise, which I'm guessing you took off when you came in.
I have my hat of comprehend languages, so
That's a mask of comprehend languages.
Oh, that's a mask? Okay.
It's a mask.
I'll make a note of that. Yes, so I have that on.
Okay. So, okay.
It's got a big old word balloon attached to the side, and it translates everything he says or someone else says.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're hearing in multiple different languages. The so the half ogres who are speaking broken, common, and ogre, they're actually talking about these games that will be established here in the next 3 or 4 days and how they want to compete in them. And it seems like they're not from Istar. Okay. It's a similar discussion over by where the hobgoblins are. But I will say the other Kender that you had met previously, who are well into their cups drunk at this point, and the Satyrs and the Pixies, they're just having a grand old time. They're talking about their homeland of Tuatha, like the basically the Dragonlance version of the Feywild and coming into Istar and tricking silly humans. That's all separate. You do notice that the Tinker Gnomes are just writing in books and in their own studies. And then those weird Minotaurs are saying nothing and just sipping their drinks and just sitting there.
Hey, Ed.
Yes, sir.
I just had a thought that came to me, and this is slightly off topic, but
okay.
I thought of a really good life quest for MacGuffin.
Finally.
Mapping the River of Time.
Oh, all right. Okay.
That's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
Because I've watched Loki. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I highly recommend.
That is a worthy life quest, sir. And obviously the folks at Mount Nevermind would be like, you'll have to bring home proof somehow.
Right.
Yeah, well, they kicked me out.
They did. You're a mad gnome. Okay, cool. Okay.
I'm not that angry.
Oh,
the Conclave High Mages are like, not only is a gnome in the river, he's actually going into it the whole length.
Yeah, nobody knows about you guys yet.
Well, they will.
We'll get
he's
there.
immersible.
If we keep Tarn with us, everybody will know about us.
Pretty much.
We go back and hear rumors of our own legends of what we did.
Yeah, I won't tell you about the secret rolls I made today because of the your little run-in with the Knights of the Divine Hammer. That being said, okay, everybody has a hot meal. we'll just say for a hot meal, it's 3 silver. Your very nice, super kick-ass ale is 5 silver. But everything's are decently priced. Everybody, no one here is in a bad mood other than those weirdo you think are minotaurs. That's spoken to your mind, Garrus. Are you telling anybody about that, or are you just keeping it to yourself?
I tell Ari if he's still standing next to me.
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right, role play that out, sir.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Whenever I said this place is far stranger than we first thought it to be, those minotaurs spoke to me without speaking. They somehow projected their thoughts into my mind.
Oh, really? That's
It
interesting.
was a very strange feeling.
And I was next to the bartender at the bar when the bartender mentioned something to Garrus, so I overheard that.
Yes, where he said to mind my own business.
McGuffin, give me a perception check. It's
Ooh.
going to be a high DC.
Oh.
I know you're across the way.
Oh, good. I got -1 to this.
Oh
No.
Okay. All right. Never mind. The only reason I asked you to make a perception check because it has to do with the knowledge check you had made last session. No, not last session. The session before, 2 sessions ago. Anyway, not a big deal. All right.
If
Continue.
if I made an investigation or a perception check, may I? And will that
with who?
I'm now looking at these minotaurs, seeing if there's anything I might.
Okay, so if you investigate, you have to get close. Like that's how that skill check works. If you're making a perception check, feel free.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, and I mean they look like picture perfect minotaurs. Not only that, but both of those minotaurs look exact like identical twins, all the way down to everything that they're wearing and their weapons.
I asked Garrus, hey, when they talked to you and told you to go away, they tell it to you in Minotaur or did they use Common?
That's a good question. I spoke Minotaur to them. I'll say that.
I will say this, Tim, Garrus's primary language, what would he think in?
Well, it's interesting. I would say Kothian would be his primary language.
Okay.
And he
then
would
it was
probably
beamed into
think
your mind in Kothian.
Okay, then I would say yes. To answer your question.
It was strange. Like it didn't there was more to it because when they think in when you hear words into your mind, there was also like emotional impulses with those words, if that makes any sense. Like their minds were connected to.
Like
so
I felt what they were feeling.
You felt that they wanted you to leave.
Okay.
You did. And they said as thus, and it came in Kothian, and it was in the same voice, and it was like unison.
Okay.
It's hard to explain, quote unquote, psionics, which is out of character. That's what we're dealing with here.
Well, I keep trying to entice the Kinder to investigate by making it sound as interesting as all of that. Like,
all right.
I tell him all of that I felt what they felt, and I heard what they wanted to tell me, and it was in a duplicate, the exact same duplicate voice, and it was in my own language.
Ari, they're both wearing the exact same breastplate, and they have these large swords on their backs. But they look like identical twins, all the way down to everything. What they're wearing, everything. The notches on their horns, like it just doesn't sit well with you. Being that you're an investigating type.
All right. I am going to hop over to these guys. Telling them the same story. Hey guys, Garrus It told me a lot of weird stuff about the two big minotaurs sitting over there quietly, not being very, very loud about it. But it's like, and I heard the bartender say that they aren't minotaur. So I think something really strange is about to happen. These guys look exactly identical, if you haven't noticed, and I think their projected image that's a copy of something. So I think this might be interesting. I'm gonna, pull out. I'm gonna pull out because I have a water skin of Tarn's, IPA that we went through time to live brew. Like, set the barrels back in time, waited, back in the room, as if nothing happened. And there's
wait, hold 1 second. Well, 1 second. Trampus, for MacGuffin, give me a straight intelligence check.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
I was about to hit saving throw.
Nope, not a saving throw, just an intelligence.
Are you kidding me? I have a
You're
plus
just as weirded out
5.
as Ari is. Yeah, nope. You don't remember something that happened hours and hours ago, or it just didn't occur to you. That's fine. Okay. All right. Continue with your antics.
I'm distracted with my new life quest.
You are. You're. I feel like you're
notes.
probably scribbling down notes or whatever. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna approach these guys, and I'm going to use my deception and see how I go with there to basically introduce them to the newest ale around, made by dwarves. This new IPA that I need to show to various people with strong constitutions. I think I'm approaching.
You're okay.
And basically, I'm gonna approach them to introduce them to this new water drink. I'm wondering if they're interested. I'd like to pour them a drink.
No, both of them put their large hands over their glass. And they look at you. Both of them look at you. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right, I'm watching this very closely.
Yeah.
Do they make simultaneous motions?
Correct. They both look and put their
like mirror images, sort of.
Not mirror images, but they both are doing it at the same time, and they're both looking at Ari.
Okay.
They're not the same person, but and they're not exactly in unison, but they're pretty close to it. And your wisdom saving throw is successful. And they just stare at you, and they put their hands. And so, Ari, you kind of felt like you just shrugged off a little bit of a migraine. You're just like, oh, you felt a migraine come on, and then it went away, and you're just like, oh, I don't know. It didn't feel comfortable. It's like bees were in your head for a second.
Wow. Okay.
And it's a new feeling for you. You were like, oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Like, wow. That's an interesting side effect here. I think it must be the water skin whispers I've got here. Are you sure you don't want any? It's basically the best of the best of any dwarven spirits around. I'm wondering, if you're willing to take a bite. No, you can't there.
And so one of them looks at you, and in the most broken of common is like, "Go away,"
Wow.
And it does not sound like a minotaur.
Okay. Oh. Come on.
A natural 1.
I don't know what were you trying to do? History and investigation.
I wanted to see if there's anything really, really weird about them, like their hands, their feet, anything that might trigger some sort of, additional stuff that won't make sense. But I failed. So.
I know your wisdom saving throw was pretty decent. You have interacted with them. Go ahead and give me one more wisdom saving throw. Nope. They just look like weirdo minotaurs that don't speak common very well.
Okay. Could I make out whatever accent that in the way they speak?
You have no idea.
Okay.
Even with the mask on, no
clue. Okay. So I'm gonna come back here, report to MacGuffin everything that I saw. I still don't exactly trust these guys. There was a little bit of a tinkle in my brain a little bit as I came close to them. That was interesting and curious. Anything that you might understand about any of this, MacGuffin?
All right, MacGuffin, one more intelligence check, and this is your last one, and then the case is over.
Okay, hold on. There we go.
Hey!
Hot
So
damn.
You remember from before when you guys came out of the portal that led and you spoke to that weird Kender, but there were these strange yellow-skinned aliens that were standing before a door, and they had these silver swords on their backs, and they had this strange armor that was just like it had like braids on it and all types of weirdness. And you had made the check, the crazy ass 26 Arcana check that lets you know that you were reading in the the library in Mount Nevermind, and there was this book of fiction, which was a diary of a mad gnome that had traveled into the ethers outside, away from Kryn, and had met this strange race called the Githyanki, and they use powers of the mind, and all of these things kind of just, you kind of looked up through your notes and you listened, you had heard what Ari had said the first time, but you just didn't pay any attention to him. The second time you finally listened to him, and it just kind of comes in. Oh, and they had tried to communicate. They communicated to the Garrus through the mind, and it sounds like maybe there's some mind powers going on from these strange minotaurs, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
All right, so I want to kind of relay this. I'll say, so Master Kender, basically these guys are Githyanki.
You don't know that. You just.
Um,
I'm just.
I don't know the
Yeah.
term.
No, you know Githyanki. You know what they are, and you know that they have strange powers, and you know that communicating through the mind is something through them, but you're not sure they are Githyanki, but that is what popped in your mind. Does that make sense?
Right. So I suspect that these two might be projecting some sort of illusion or disguise, some sort of feat of mentalism, and they're creating a facade. Notice the almost mirrored, notice the almost mirroring effects and everything, and it's quite disconcerting now that I look at it. But certainly, if this is what I think this is, they are using powers of the mind, sometimes called mentalism or mysticism. Or no, I wouldn't know mysticism.
You know the term psionics. Psionics was mentioned in that.
Or psionics,
But you know that's not something that is known on Kryn. It was something that was seen and witnessed by this weird gnome.
It's certainly something you don't hear about very often, and is considered an abnormally. Fascinating.
So do you think these guys might be planning something? You just have to watch them?
I would keep an eye on them, but quite honestly, I wouldn't bother them, because otherwise they might bother you.
So do you share that they might be similar to those guys you saw upstairs with the yellow skin and the crazy armor and the swords? Okay. And then Ari would know those guys were really weird looking.
Yeah, I remember seeing them. Okay.
They're like 7 feet tall and very skinny and yellow skinned and just strange.
All right. I'm gonna keep going around as if I'm still like being my typical Kender self, going over to Elvin, basically giving them for knowledge if he hasn't overheard from what we were saying, whispering it to him, going back to Gareth, relaying it back.
All right. So,
Going over
John,
here,
you
looking
moved
at
your
the-
character over to the table where the Fae folks are. Was there something you were trying to do there?
No, it's just passing this information to the rest of the.
No, I was saying John.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over there, and while they're all worried about the Minotaurs slash not Minotaurs, I just go to the table with the Fey creatures in the
They're
corner there.
speaking Sylvan. Do you speak Sylvan? I don't know.
I speak Elvish, but not. So I will address them in Elvish to see if they understand me.
So, all of them look up from their drinks and merriment, and they kind of give you a bow. And there are, you're a Kaganesti. There are definitely stories about the Fey folk because you guys are more into the deep forests, and you have not, because obviously you grew up away from that, but your parents know about them, and you know enough that they are allies to the elves because you're all denizens of the deep forests.
Right, and that's why I went over there to because I have probably more in common with them than anybody else.
Yes, so both the satyrs kind of like stand up from and you see their goat's legs, and they put down their drinks and they bow to you. And actually, the pixies kind of catch up on it, and they just they're flying. They also bow because you're the only elf in here. And they say in perfect Elven, well, one of the satyrs is like, "Can I help you, friend of the forest?" Which obviously that wouldn't be the real. That's the Elven word for it.
I'll kind of hold my drink out to the side, and I'll bow deeply to them, and say that their appearance here has just piqued my curiosity. I've never met the legendary folk of the Fey world. I was just wondering if there was anything interesting that brings you here.
So the nearest satyr says, "Well, we have come from the Fey Road, the Tuatha Dundurel, which has a door here." But he says that it's more like accented in Elven, and it's almost he's not used to speaking it, so he's speaking in like very formal way, not some who would be normally speaks Elvish. And he explains to you that the Fey folk like to visit here from time to time, and this seems to be a travel point because it is humanity at its most decadent, and they like to come. They like to come and pull tricks on humans and gain wealth from them, and also sow their wild oats and things like that.
I ask how long they stay. What is your schedule? How long are you here for?
They just say we're here as long as we want. We typically aren't supposed to stay longer than a week, but time passes differently here than in the Fey world. So a week here is more like a day at home. That's what they say.
Interesting. Do you mind if I join you?
Please.
I'll sit it with the bench next to the.
Okay, and like one of them pulls out some panpipes, starts singing a jaunt, and the other guy gets up on the table, starts dancing, and then the two pixies behind him start flying around. And actually, let's look it up in a second. I gotta go to that guy's character sheet. Sorry. There we go. Hold up. I'm just gonna see how well he does. was a passing decent performance. It's pleasing to the ear. All of the other folks in the tavern like what they're hearing, and they sing along when they at the refrains, but it's all in Sylvan, so no one really knows what they're singing about. But it's like a jaunty tune. Everybody except those weird minotaurs who just kind of stare.
Okay. As he's playing his song, I'm going to do a couple of castings of Druidcraft on the table, and have like some flowers just start coming to life on the table in front of me, and I'll kind of pick one and hand it off to one of the fairies that's flying around.
What spell are you casting?
Druidcraft.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Got it. Tiny harmlessly sensory effects. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. And that actually they are delighted by that. The pixies start flying around. They take the flower blossoms and they're throwing them around. It starts getting to a real party.
Sweet.
So the satyr is like, hey. He pulls out a flask. He's like, you want some of this? Sylvan wine.
Don't mind if I do.
Constitution.
Oh my gosh. How many different ales of how many different species does he have?
Save or a check?
Constitution save.
Okay, I guess same for me.
No, that's a straight save.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you feel very, very, very drunk right now. But it's like one of the happiest. You're not one to show emotions. You seem to be one of the more reserved elves, and you're now like singing along and having a great time, and you are definitely drunk right now.
Oh, right. Well, let's see.
This might even be the first time you've been really drunk.
Probably so. We'll see how well the crowd likes me. Horrible. I'm off key.
No. So actually, roll that again. We're going to give you advantage. No. Roll that one more time. We're going to give you advantage on that roll.
Okay.
And we'll take the higher. Oh yeah. So you do a decent job of say, what's the song you're singing?
I am singing the song of Lorak Caledon, but I'm trying to do it in a
that's very depressing. You know that to be a depressing song.
I request Stand By Your Man.
That's why it's 11.
Sometimes it's hard being a woman.
Flying in and sorceling the king and the
okay.
Sylvanesti following the route.
What language do you sing that in? To the point where the satyrs are playing along, but they're catching the melancholy notes. Let's see if they're gonna aid another. Get back to the sheet real quick. I didn't realize this was gonna happen this evening. This is interesting to me. Not often that we get to do cool, interesting, silly things like this. All right, so they're gonna aid another to you. How'd we do? Oh wow! All right, so yeah, you aided in. All right, so your performance actually was better to the point where the half ogres hear the melody and they just kind of start crying into their ale. And then like they look at each other, and then one of the half ogres like hits the arm, like they say something in ogre, which was unpleasant. Ari, it's like quit being a bitch type thing. But it is a very it's a somber tone. And those who speak Elven, you said you're doing that in Common or Elven? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay. Anyone who speaks Elven knows who else here speaks Elven? I believe MacGuffin, you speak Elven?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out where that's at on my.
It's on the far left bottom column.
Ah, yes, I do speak Elvish.
Okay. All right. And it's a very sad song, and you know who Lorak Caledon is, and how his downfall led to the destruction of Sylvanesti, and it took years for them to heal the forest and things like that.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. No. Let's So of the plight of the Sylvanesti elves, and they're rebuilding. Sorry, I have to think in the
currently
timeline
happening.
of where you guys are in. Apologies. It's only
Okay.
Yeah.
When I start realizing what's going on, I'm going to march right over here
So okay.
to Erebin with my bear in
Aravan
tow.
looks a little drunk, and when I say a little, more like a lot.
I'm going to grasp him by the shirt and bring him down and say, "You're a damn bloody fool, you are, you old drunk.
Nice.
Do you realize what sort of effect you could have on things?"
No more than you being here, my friend. Have a drink.
I'd let him go. I
Wow.
motor off, start bitching and gnomish about
The timeline.
about the timeline paradoxes and everything, and I'm going back over to my little area here, and then I'm like, wait a minute, there's other gnomes here. Why didn't anybody tell me?
All right. Okay. I feel like we spent a good amount of time in the bar. Was there anything else anyone wanted to do before we go to our long rest?
MacGuffin will just spend a few minutes talking to the gnomes,
No,
but
that's okay. And they
he'll-
explain to you that they're here, that they know that in Istar, this is the place that gnomes can go to not be to feel persecuted. And they regularly, when they're studying the country of Istar, this is where they'll stay, and then they'll go out about the rest of the city. That's what they explain to you. And each one has a different life quest. One is about the study of mercantilism in Istar, and another one is about the study of religion and how it is affecting the rest of the other religions around Ansalon. And some of those notes are not very nice about the King Priest.
That I kind of out of character, kind of in character. I find that fascinating.
One of their life quests will be fulfilled soon.
Well, within 15 years, yeah.
Well, both of their life, yeah.
This is 15 years before the Cataclysm, folks. All right. I feel like we spent enough time in this bar. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do? Or was there something that I'm missing that you wanted to do? Tim, you've been quiet for a minute.
No, I imagine he'll eat, and then he's real suspicious about those minotaurs. And
Yeah.
and if he knew that what a Githyanki was, he would want to fight one, because they also come from a warrior culture.
Favor. I didn't ask. So just give me this will be a past perception check to see if you heard from what Trampus had mentioned.
I'm right next to Garrus right now, relaying everything.
Oh, so you're explaining? Yeah, he's saying that potentially they might be spacemen that
that we saw. Those are the crazy spacemen with mind mental powers.
You guys saw those weird yellow skinned folks guarding the door, and they speak, and MacGuffin knows that they come from a different place away from Corinne, and some of this shit.
And they might
Yeah.
They
Some of
might
this-
capture you and put something in your keister. And
You just like, they use
Wow.
something like a magic called Psi on X. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
but some of the idea, the fact that there are people that come from away from the planet, like, just doesn't sit well.
Yeah,
with you.
it's fine. Like,
That sounds like nonsense.
We'll
One
watch
day.
them together. How's that?
I was saying, if Garrus could ever have a silver sword, that would be awesome. That's all.
So you do notice that both of those minotaurs have silver swords on their back.
I'd say, yeah, I'm admiring their swords.
Yeah, you'll have to fight them for that, bro.
Oh yeah, and even then, I'd probably have to
Yeah.
keep fighting
You want to cut some
their
horns.
brothers, their little brothers who come looking for it. All right, no, there's nothing else I want to do. I'm just gonna probably retire, go to bed.
Okay.
Get
All
the
right.
rest.
So you guys are able to go upstairs. There's a couple anterooms there that you guys could just unfold your bed rolls and just sleep safely. So let's you get a long rest. Let's go ahead and recharge or whatever on your character sheets, and we'll go from there. Tell me when you all are ready.
I'm
And
ready.
after I woken up from my rest, I realized that I spent way too long the night prior creating a second journal of all the ways that we have screwed up the timeline.
I swear.
There's a lot of tarn in there.
Apparently. That's funny.
Everyone needs a life quest.
Okay.
Right.
So you guys had your 8 hours. At this point, it's about 8 p.m. We'll say when you come back down, there are not as many patrons as there were. We'll just say hobgoblins are gone. The weirdo minotaurs are gone. I will say that the ticker gnomes are still there. The Kender are gone. But those satyrs and pixies are still there, and they're wasted drunk. And the same with the half-bookers. I'm just going to put you guys all close together. It'll be easier for when I have to cut and paste you to the next map. All right. So I feel like everybody's healed up. You guys have done whatever you need to do. Is there anything you want to do before you leave here?
So after we rest, I warlock invocation of false life that I can do at will.
Mhm.
I have 8 temporary hit points.
How long does that last for, though?
What's that?
Your temporary hit points last for
1 hour.
1 hour.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay.
I'll also cast mage armor on myself, and I'll ask Ari if he would like me to protect him with the magic that I'm able to use.
Sure. Is it gonna be neat?
So out of
I
game,
think it's sparkly.
mage armor gives you an armor class of 13 plus your dex if you're not wearing any armor. So I don't know if that's better.
But he's
than
wearing armor.
Yeah.
whatever you're wearing. It might be better than that.
He's wearing leather or something. Studded leather? Or is it normal leather? I don't even know.
Is it red leather?
Normal leather.
Oh, leather.
Better than both. So if you want to ditch your armor and get some mage armor, I can cast
How
that.
long does the mage armor last for, though?
8 hours.
That's pretty cool if you don't want to wear armor.
Yep.
That's up to you,
Are
Ari.
you expecting me to like strip off my armor?
Yeah, you
right
got to
now?
take your armor off and also find a place for it. Well, no, you could put it in the bag of holding, no problem.
Yeah, I can put it in the bag of holding.
If that's what you want. And if he does cast it, you feel like this invisible armor spread over you. But you would have to take your armor off first.
Dark. It kind of darkens your clothing, not any mechanical way, but it's called Armor of Shadows is the invocation. So I imagine it's like a kind of a shadowy like force field around you is how I envision it.
Okay, let me see if that worked. Okay, so I disengaged the leather, so armor class 15. And so I already have a high dex. So how does this work with armor class?
So it's
13 plus your
armor class-
dex.
13 plus my dex.
Correct.
Okay.
We'll give you 18.
All right.
Wow.
So your AC is 18 now. What was it normally before? I didn't even.
It was 16 before.
Wow. All right. So Ari's like, yeah, and he starts taking off his armor. I don't know. What are you wearing under your armor, Ari?
Yeah, standard clothes.
Boxer
Okay.
shorts with red hearts.
Well, it's all like sweaty and like kind of stinky and stained. It hasn't been washed in a while.
He's kind of buff for a little dude, you know.
But anyway, Erevan casts the spell, and Ari, you feel like spiders are walking all over your skin when you cast that spell on you.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool.
And then your stained, your stained explorer's outfit kind of darkens up a little bit, and you feel it. You feel the it's like you feel yourself, and your hand stops before it hits the fabric. Like, yeah. So obviously you're very interested, and so you guys are seeing argue, like just kind of feeling all over himself.
You have an itch to scratch.
And
Yeah.
as I do the magic on him, I sprinkle a small amount of some dwarf spirits because it needs a small amount of alcohol.
Jesus.
Well,
So you stink too.
And you stink.
dwarf spirit.
Bloody fool.
Yeah.
Now it's
Okay.
All right.
All right. You guys are ready to go out? All
Yep.
right. So
Yeah.
you guys venture out into Istar.
Ooh, pretty.
where'd that
Make
come
sure I have that hat of disguise
Yeah.
on and working.
So
Yeah.
is that art coming up yet? Did I do
Yeah,
that right?
it's lovely. Yeah.
No,
that's
I don't
awesome.
see it in the stream yet.
Oh.
Yeah, and I thought I put the guy. Yeah, you guys are there. Let me
Oh,
look.
there it goes.
There it is.
There it is. Okay. So
Just taking a
this
little
is
bit.
actually my favorite artist who's done quite a lot. She did the cover for Taz's Pouches, Elena or Grenadera. She did this, and it's Istar at night, and I thought it was pretty neat. So you
Amazing.
go out into the city, and it's very beautiful, and I know it's you can see the red moon and the white moon, and it's gorgeous. This city, this is one of the most beautiful places of human construction that all of you have ever been to. Most human cities are kind of dirty and nasty, and this is clean and beautiful, and it almost reminds you of someone built this that is not human. This is the pinnacle of human architecture and the most opulent of civilizations ever known on Kryn and Aesolon.
Elena, thank you for the wonderful job you
Oh
did
my
here.
gosh.
This is, it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
I don't know if
it's
she
beautiful.
watches our game, but it's in Taz's Pouches in chapter 10 in geography. Yeah, I put it in there.
Yeah, is this watercolor? I wonder.
It is. I believe it looks watercolor. I think it's watercolor. All right, folks. So you travel through the city, and I'm not going to get there yet. But you were warned, and you were told to go. I'm going to take you to the map real quick.
south, right?
The southern road. So this map is really, really big. Yep. Okay. So here's the Tower of High Sorcery. And then there's this road here where you're told to enter because there are typically let's just come in a little bit.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah. So there are guard stations all over the place in Istar. And so Zorion has told you to take this southern road from the gate and go that way. And he tells you that the guards typically tend to not look towards the Balakan Grove. So you guys do that, but what I'm going to need from you is stealth checks to do it properly.
Right.
Everybody give me stealth checks.
If you're wearing heavy armor,
The stealth check's not very high because most
I'm
of these
saying you
guards
have disadvantage typically.
This is true. Well, if,
Yeah,
so
I'm just
you
letting
guys
you know.
would have known that you needed to be able to sneak. So is there something that anyone I will allow you before you roll your spell checks? Is there something that you guys could have done to assist Garrus? I don't know.
Can we? I mean, I don't know a damn thing about armor, but I do know that it's noisy.
I
is there a
can. Okay,
repair
go
it,
ahead.
Go ahead.
make it less noisy.
I don't know. What can you do?
Wrap
Can you
cloth
do Sphere of Silence?
metal plates would meet to kind of muffle sound. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's something you guys could do. You could have taken you would have to find some cloth to wrap around him. But yeah, I would.
It's chainmail, so it's not like it's
Oh, it's chainmail. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's not so bad.
I mean, it's technically it's heavy armor and it gives me disadvantage and stuff. So I'm just letting you know.
So I'm saying if
Um,
you guys wrap yourself in cloaks or clothes or heavy clothes, you'll be hot, but I won't give you the disadvantage on the stealth checks.
Okay.
If that's so, I feel like everybody, you guys all have explorer outfits, right?
Yep.
Okay. It is warm. It's like May, I believe. So you're gonna be sweating.
That's a lucky roll.
Yeah.
And that was not.
So Ari rolled a 25.
so much better than us little people.
Thought the little folks were supposed to automatically be stealthy.
You'd have thought.
Might be my scale mail that I'm wearing.
Okay.
Actually, trained skill.
So, like I said, MacGuffin, you wrapped yourself up in cloaks and whatnot. Oh, before we do that, who is holding the pendant that Dugan gave you?
I believe Tarn was holding it.
He gave it to somebody. So,
Oh,
which one of you is going to hold it instead
I'll take
of
it.
Tarn? All right.
It's
So,
fine.
all right.
Probably
Okay.
not
Garrus
me.
has
He
the
doesn't
pendant.
like me.
And Dugan had said, don't wander away from whoever holds the pendant. Erebon, here, I'm gonna do this real quick. All right, hang on. Let me get the thing here. All right. Yeah, no. Surprisingly, you get through and they didn't notice you, Erebon, even as clumsy for an elf as you are. Okay.
Still a little drunk.
Oh, you're not drunk anymore. All right.
Hungover.
So we're gonna go now. We're gonna go here.
That's why the pass without trace spell is so good.
Yeah. So this is actually a Monet that I found.
Oh, I was going to guess Van Gogh.
No, it's a Monet, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
it's Olive Grove, and so that's what you're dealing with. Is so you enter the grove of gnarled olive trees, which actually hang heavy with green and black fruit, and it's very dark as you go in, and the moon's lights kind of fall out. Does anyone have a light source?
I
I don't
make,
have
really
one, but
dark.
we have that glowing ball.
Oh yeah, you do.
I do. Yeah, we do have the drift globe.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay, you guys activate the drift globe.
Do I not have a light source?
Doesn't matter. The drift globe is fine. So the drift globe. So who has the drift globe?
Ervin.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you say the
Erebon.
command word, and the drift globe kind of floats before you guys, and it basically gives light as a torch. And so as you're kind of traveling through this strange grove of olive trees, wild animals kind of roam the undergrowth, making very strange noises. Some of them, even if you've been in the woods, you've never heard before. It's almost human. The branches sway windlessly as birds flit here and there through the green gray leaves, and it's very dark. And so you guys are just wandering aimlessly through this grove to the point where now what sounds like animal noises are starting to sound like voices. And you can't really make out what they're saying. But everybody go ahead and give me wisdom saving throws, because you have that little token that's going to help you. And the saving throws, not nearly as bad.
Yeah. Boom. Wisdom throw.
Harry.
Shoot. All right, Ari.
Ari and me.
Oh, Ari and Garrus, you guys. Oh, no. This is bad.
So what are you guys playing next?
Dude,
Got a character
got
concept yet?
so many characters ready to go.
Oh, no.
It's okay if Garrus dies, as much as I love him.
So so Garrus and Ari, the token that you're holding glows. Well, Garrus, the token that you're holding glows. Re-roll.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, I've got some inspiration point I may want to use.
Well, you guys have inspiration points, but you never used it.
Yep.
I'm saving
I
it for
have two.
combat.
I'll use one. I better try that. Try number
11.
Oh God.
Oh,
two.
Nice.
Do you guys want to use inspiration
How could
points
that
or
happen?
no?
Yeah, like, whew.
You have lucky.
I can use my inspiration.
You guys both have inspiration points.
Then I'll go ahead and use it.
So, all right, I have another inspiration point.
15
There you go. That's better.
Let's try it
on the
again.
third
All
roll.
right. Yay. You guys made it.
Now it's just Ari.
No, Ari made it too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Ari
sorry.
used
Ari
my
made
second
it.
one.
Yeah, you did.
Ari made it.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, did
Hey.
you use two I thought you just used
Yeah,
one.
I used two inspiration.
No. One. So you got a free save from the token. That was you didn't need an inspiration.
Oh,
point
okay.
with it. Okay. So you guys both have inspiration points left, I believe.
I don't. I used mine. I rolled an 11 for the free roll, and then I used the inspiration to get the 15.
Okay.
So now I'm out of inspiration points.
You only
Yeah,
had
and
one
I've done that
inspiration
too.
point? I thought everybody had two.
Oh, as far as I know, I only had one. I actually don't know.
Let me.
Yeah, I had it written down that I only had one inspiration. Yeah,
Oh wait, no, that's right. You used it in the battle.
I did.
I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna say blanket. Everybody has two.
Okay.
We're just gonna do it that way.
right.
Just because I performed poorly as a DM, it did not do what I was supposed to do.
So that
Right.
means I have one.
So,
then.
Ed?
Everybody has. Well, both you and Ari have one inspiration. point
Okay.
left.
All right. Just making
All
sure.
right.
All right. So
Hey, Ed,
yes, sir.
couple of questions. First of all, does this grove affect my bear at all?
No, he's not real.
Okay.
I mean,
Ooh.
he's not a person, is what I mean. Is
Fighting
no, I don't.
words.
He's real to me.
No, he's real to you, but he's magical technology. I'm not going to make him save against mind affecting things.
So here's my question. Can we use him to help lead the way?
Sure, but so all you know about the Balakan Grove, because you never made any rolls against it, is that Zorion said it makes you forget, and that's all you know.
All right.
So you guys are all going to need to give me one more round of saves to get through the grove.
What? Well,
You still have everyone still has their points. All right, let's do it. All right,
Yeah.
Ari made it. Garrus made it. Erevan made it.
MacGuffin, that 20.
Yay. All right, everybody
Look
makes it
at
through.
that.
On that note, it is 9:30, and I feel like that's a good point for you guys have made it. You're making it through the grove, and then at that point in time, I think it's time to take our break. Travis,
Sure.
can you put us on a break for 5 or 10 minutes? Everybody, go get yourself a drink. Go use the restroom. Good times. Okay. All right, we're live. Okay, welcome back. We took a good 7 or 8 minutes to use the restroom, or hopefully you got a nice beverage like I did, or a refill. Anyway, so as you clear the canopy of the Balakan Grove, the Pulmos Spopuniris, or that's Istaran for bloody-fingered hand in common, reveals itself. And so that little art right there, obviously that's in sunlight, but now it would be in darkness. So what you have is magically formed into flawless white crystal. The tower is faceted in such a way that it catches the moonlight and then kind of gives these bewitching red and white and black halos, even in the darkness. Atop the tower, arranged in a circle surrounding a dome of black marble, there are fingers, 5 red turrets that are bent slightly inward. So that is the tower. I gotta move your guys' characters real quick. Give me 1 second.
Aravan is immediately just fascinated.
I mean, the towers of High Sorcery are pretty cool.
Personally, I'd remodel it.
Of course you would. All right, folks. Here we go. Into the beyond.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. As your eyes adjust, you notice a fragile-looking gate, seemingly as thin as cobwebs. Standing guard before it is an otherworldly, huge thing that looks to have the body of a winged lion with the head of a human female.
All right.
And she's pretty big. Twice the size of you, Garrus.
Flesh and blood or
Flesh and
stone?
blood.
Oh,
Flesh and blood. It'd be in our an Arcana check to know what it is.
Ooh, I can do that.
Yes, you can.
And I did. Hopefully.
I'm just waiting if anybody else wants to make Arcana checks. Anybody can make the Arcana check.
no. Oh.
Even with advantage. Clue.
Garrus!
Wow.
You
Garrus.
saw one in the
Oh,
game.
yes.
So you in some old stories of the Minotaur folklore, you know this to be a sphinx. Actually a gynosphinx.
Oh.
And so gynosphinxes are typically servants of the gods that are set there to guard temples or magical things, and typically they like to ask riddles. And you know that I'm trying to think. Let's see. Guffin? Yeah, you know what a gynosphinx is, Garrus. And Ari, surprisingly, you know what a sphinx is as well. So the sphinx looks at you and kind of does this strange bow, as a lion could do. And then its eyes glow blue and look about everybody. So that would also be an Arcana check of what it just did.
I would, but I think Garrus would beat me. Holy crap, I should be doing better than all of you, except maybe Yervin.
I'm gonna abstain from this Arcana check because I don't know anything about magic.
Because
Ari,
Yeah,
why did you
right.
roll with advantage?
Oh, no, that was the second roll. The first
Oh,
roll.
got it.
Yeah.
Aravan, what was your...
I didn't even pass the first check, so I
No. This check is to see what it's doing.
Okay. Let's see. So 23.
Okay.
Nice.
So
He knows all the
Ari
things.
I don't know what
and
it is. but I know what
MacGuffin
it's doing.
and Aravan, you both know that it just kind of scanned you guys to check your alignments. It did a detect good and evil spell.
All right. I tell
Surprised I
them
know.
what it is, I say this is what is known as a sphinx, or what seems to be the female version, the gyno sphinx. That it is fond of asking riddles. I imagine that will be the test for us to gain entry.
Great.
Talk about the great hero Ambion or Ambutin,
Yeah.
whoever the Minotaur hero is,
Yeah, I know.
and like some weird story about how he encountered one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, who's approaching the Sphinx?
Me. Hi. You look exactly like a sphinx. I heard stories about, from my uncle, and Uncle Trapstringer did something about pulling a paws, a thorn from out of one of your, one paws from ancestors, and that was helping him solving the riddle. Do you have a riddle? I would love to know more. Tell me a
So
riddle.
the expression on the Sphinx's face, surprisingly, is benevolent. And she looks at you, and she looks at the rest of you and asks, who represents this group to request access to the Solio Fabalas?
I do.
I point to the Minotaur.
And she looks at Garrus.
Oh, but in case I haven't said, I'm wearing the medallion of Kirijalith
Oh, okay.
openly. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. Cool.
Sorry, I am now after I run in with those guys.
Okay. Well, when did you put that on?
At the end. Yeah.
Okay. She looks at you and says, very well, Master Minotaur. My next question would be, are you a servant of the God of Light? But clearly you are a servant of Kirijalith. Now,
That is true.
why do you wish to enter the Hall of Sacrilege?
We seek an enemy within.
She gives you a confused look, and she looks around, and again her eyes flare blue, but she detects no evil from any of you guys. Or you guys are all good, I'm pretty sure, right? Everybody's of good alignment. And so she bows, and she says a few words over her shoulder, and the gates open.
Oh,
Wow, thank you. Perfect.
Let me just move you guys to the next map. I'm just gonna kind of group you so I can do that easily. Hang on.
what is your name?
Right. Well, no, I promise you, Garrus, you taking lead was the oops, not that was the right thing
What is your favorite color?
here. Blue, no green. Ah!
What is the average flight speed of a mature dragon?
And you entered pretty honestly, and though she was quizzical, there was no lies there. So that's the cool thing about a Sphinx, is you really can't lie to it.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let's move you to the next.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
gonna be
walk
that
in the
easy?
Lord's name.
All right, give me 1 second here. Let me just go to my files. Fun times.
In Istaran, Jehovah starts with an I.
All right. So once through the main gate, you come across a grassy area to the entrance to the tower, and the door head is large and made of very thick iron, and it has no features save for this message carved into its face in very large letters. Okay. The message is spelled out in 2-inch block letters of comet. It reads as shown in the illustration, as you can see in the map. A great treasure lies here under a curse, and only those may enter who provide the cure.
Cure to the curse.
Let's do some puzzles. Let's do some fun dungeony crawly things.
Okay,
I haven't challenged you guys like this yet.
I pull out a new invention I've been working on. It's called the Walk Gnome, and I play the Cure.
Yeah, sure. What song from The Cure?
Show me how you do
Friday,
that
I'm in
trick.
love.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Yeah, that doesn't. That's not gonna do it. All right.
Just like
So,
heaven.
skill checks, guys. Look at it. See what you think. You know, there are things. Everybody, you've got a rogue in the party. Come on, folks. Do what you need to do.
Curse.
All right. First, I will do an investigation. Can I
Sure.
detect anything special?
I
Your
would-
investigation sucked.
You don't. You can't figure out what the door even is made of.
Nope. All right. No, I mean, so I will say on your investigation, no, I don't need a perception check. It would be an investigation.
It's weird that it says the word cure, right? So like a cure for a curse, which there's only one letter difference between those two words. That might have a clue to it.
Okay.
I'm just saying cure is a weird word to put in this sentence. It doesn't quite.
So give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
You knowing that, or you kind of seizing on that.
It's not my best. We'll see. 3.
Now go ahead and give it to me with advantage.
Oh,
Because you-
16.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely from your kind of and obviously minotaurs are known to do well with mazes and labyrinths and puzzles. It's kind of part of your training. You definitely know that this looks to be a word game of some sort. But on that's as far as you know. And what you said could be right, could be wrong, don't know. But that you know that this puzzle is definitely there. It's something to do with words, and what you said had merit. Anybody else doing anything? Anybody else can investigate. Anybody else can do stuff.
Can I do
There are a number of
the
things.
check for traps?
Sure.
Let's see how the heck.
Well, you investigated and you failed.
Yeah.
That was your failure. Sorry.
I'm gonna start reading the letters downwards. I'm gonna walk towards the door, kind of hold my hands up towards it, and I'm gonna read out "Are-you on not prayer?" and just read down.
All right, so you're like basically Gandalf before the doors of Moria.
Yes.
Starting to read off random bullshit.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah, there's like 3 words in there: gas, dud, and R.
Everyone starts like getting frustrated. Do you touch any of those things?
Not yet.
You said you put your finger out and you're doing like this, but you don't. Do you touch?
Hold my hands up to it. I hadn't touched it yet.
Okay, so you haven't touched it. Nothing happens. You're fine.
Okay. Hey, Ed, can I do a couple things?
Yeah, do a couple things.
All right. First of all, I'm going to take a look at it, see if any of these squares. First, I'm going to see if they can be pushed in.
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
Okay.
Nice.
Holy shit! Yeah,
I investigated all the things. Also,
really
I want to
well.
see if there are like dirty fingerprints and stuff. That's part of that.
All right. So you noticed on your investigation check that each one of these letters can be pressed. Each one of these squares are pressed in. They can be depressed. Excuse me. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check from there.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Oh, I think I figured it out. I think Tim was on the right track. I think I understand.
Are you kidding me?
But I don't think the can.
I will say this to you on the investigation check. You think that this is definitely trapped. Like if you press the wrong square, something bad's gonna happen.
Hey, Ari, Could you check this over, mate? See if there, mate. What the hell? I am totally British now, or whatever I am.
It's okay.
All right, can you check this over and make certain there's no traps? Because I kind of think there is. See right
no,
here?
no. You know there are. You know it's trapped. Trampus. You.
Oh, I know it's
MacGuffin
trapped.
knows it's trapped. On a 25, you know it's trapped. 100% know it's trapped. And because your investigation was so high, like you suspect it's magical, but you don't know because you failed your Arcana check.
So I'm going to suggest to Ari that maybe he disable these traps so we don't get hurt.
Ari's like, what trap?
Yeah,
Right here. See here and here and here.
All right, go ahead and roll me another investigation. That's fine.
See?
I point out every single one.
That's still terrible, but
I mean, Ari, on looking at it, you definitely know that what MacGuffin said about them being depressed is true, but you couldn't find any traps. So you're just going off what the gnome has told you. You didn't see any traps.
Even after I pointed them out?
I gave him another roll.
yeah.
And he failed.
Okay.
Sorry. Anybody else can roll.
So does the door, does the underneath the letters, it kind of looks like a face? Is that an opening there?
Nope.
It might a mouth looking thing?
It's just part of the door.
Okay. Right there.
Yeah. Just part of the door.
Okay. I'm gonna sit here and study it and
Okay.
So when you say
So-
that they're depressed, like you can depress, like
You
buttons.
can press each button. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So does anyone have a really, really long weapon like a polearm?
We've got something.
And oh,
Is that the DragonLance and we stuck it?
Yeah.
oh yeah, because that's a
And then
good
watch
use of that.
weapon blow up.
Okay. Ari, is that what you're doing?
Well, do we have one? I don't have anything that long.
I'm gonna
At
tell
best,
everybody
I can
to
shoot it with a crossbow.
back up about 15 feet because before I
I
do it,
can't shoot it with a crossbow.
I'm gonna tell everybody that I'm thinking that I need to press the S in curse.
Yeah, I think the S would probably solve it, but Ari has no clue.
All right.
I have no clue. either.
Garrus, is that what you do?
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna ask everybody to move
No,
back.
no,
about
hold on.
15
Hold on.
feet
I got an
before do it.
idea.
Okay.
does my 20 investigation give me insight to it?
Yeah. So, I mean, your investigation knows that definitely the letters can be depressed and they look to be trapped. But go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
All right. With advantage. Nope.
Nope. All right. All right. So, Garrus, all right. What's happening now?
Great treasure lies here under a curse.
So here's the thought. Here's the thought, guys. Literally under the word curse. Now we can't spell out treasure.
Okay.
Oh,
so-
I see what
No.
you're saying.
So, yeah, out of character here. I'm sorry.
Not in
And
order,
I
but we
think
can.
is either the S or the O. Basically, the cure, to provide the cure, we need to somehow get rid of the curse. And I think the curse here, if you get rid of the S, then you have the cure. Or it's the great treasure lies here under a curse. And I think it may be one of the letters underneath.
Oh.
But odds are, I really think
Yeah,
it's
I was.
Weldon, both you and Tim have said the same thing.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Garrus, are you backing everyone away and trying to do that?
Yeah, I think that's the first thing I want to try. I mean, we got to try something. It's always going to be a risk. We're never going to.
Give me
Okay.
3 minutes, and if no one does anything in 3 minutes, I know Ari will get bored enough that he'll just try it and say, like, all right, back off, let's try this. I want to see if this
All right.
works.
So
Literally,
I
just
could have my
you guys
bear
talk
do
about
it,
it?
but this would be more entertaining, honestly.
so is it Garrus or Ari that's pressing the R?
the
Who has
R.
more hit points?
I'm sorry, the S. Excuse me.
S. Yeah, I'm telling everybody, just give me some space.
Okay.
Press once everybody's 15 feet away or so. Press it.
All right. You press the S, and the door. You hear a bunch of clicks, multiple locks, and the door opens inward. Well done.
All right.
Oh, here I was overthinking it. I never do that.
Of
do
course
I,
you'd
Ed?
overthink it, Tinker Gnome. Come on. Hey, you guys are getting experience for this. This is a door. This is a XP trap. I know 5e's like, oh, we don't give XP for traps, but you're getting XP for traps.
Nice.
That's fine. All right.
Oh, that's bull. You totally ought to get XP for this.
So that's exactly what you need to do. All right, I'm moving you here. Let me get your guys over. Hang on, I got some. There we go. All right, I'm gonna move your bear over here.
The bears.
Bubbers. Okay. You step into a large, well-lit chamber with a beautiful white marble floor. Spaced around the room are raised pedestals with all manners of items upon them. Along the wall, you see 4 closed doors. To the north is a door flanked by 2 statues, both carved in the likeness of an armored knight with a silver triangle upon the breastplate. Curled around the leftmost statue is a large serpent with brilliantly feathered wings that range in color from red to blue. In your mind's eye, everyone, you hear a cheerfully melodic voice bid, "Greetings, guests of the King Priest," as that strange serpent over here looks upon you and bows. And so all of those pedestals are numbered.
By the way,
And
I'm
you
going
give me an
to
Arcana check for that serpent. Go ahead.
I'm going to whisper to everybody: don't touch anything.
Just as I was about to touch something.
Of course, I know you.
Ari, did you touch something?
No. I
Oh
didn't.
my!
Are you sure?
What? That was
I was
acrobatics.
just about to touch something.
Sorry.
Just about to
No,
touch
it's
it.
fine.
and then
Anybody can
no.
give me
There we
Arcana
go.
check.
That's better.
Why'd you give me
I got a 20.
And I accidentally rolled
Yes.
acrobatics. Sorry.
So no, it's okay. On the 20, on the 18, even on the 13, Garrus, you don't know, but that's a coatl. A summoned coatl.
What do I know about them with a 20?
Let me tell you.
That they'd like to hang around this place in the Forgotten Realms called Mastika, and
They're benevolent serpentine beings of great intellect and insight that usually are servants of the gods of light. They have spells. They are good at, killing things. They can constrict, wrap around you. They can actually change their shape. But they're usually summoned for by like good gods or good priests to guard things.
Do I know if they have any like specific weaknesses or resistances?
Let's see. Character sheet. You do know that they're resistant to radiant energy. They're immune to quite a few things: psychic, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, anything that's non-magical. And they use telepathy. And they fly.
I will. I'll kind of whisper to them. I said, attacks against this thing are next to useless. Be careful.
Unless you guys have magic weapons. Some of you have magic weapons.
What's the other guy look like?
So this other guy over here looks. They're both. He's wrapped. He's wrapped around a statue that looks to be like a statue that would be the knightly version of Paladine, and he's got like on his breastplate is the triangle. This guy is the Quaddle's wrapped around that statue, and then there's this statue over here.
Oh, so that guy is just a statue.
For now.
Quaddle's wrapped around a statue, and that guy
Yes.
on the right is a statue. Correct.
Yes. Okay.
Currently a statue.
Are they the same type of statue? Like the one that's
Yes.
not
They're the exact same type of statue. Mhm.
okay?
All right. What was the last thing it said to us?
It said, "Greetings, guests of the King Priest," but it was imported into your minds. It did not speak.
How tall are these pedestals?
They range from 2 feet to 4 feet, and there is a lot of things. You can give me a perception check to see what you see.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for a necklace.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Eravon, you're looking for a necklace on the 15. The necklace you see 2 necklaces. One is sorry, I gotta figure out which one is which. Damn it. You see a necklace at what the hell is it? Okay. You see a necklace here at 12, and you see an amulet-looking necklace thing. Where are you? Over on 14. I just gotta find 14 real quick. Over here.
Right next to 12. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Your perception was decent enough to where one is just a nondescript necklace made of bands of white gold, and the other one is a dark metal amulet in the form of a horn skull with a cracked crystal in its mouth. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
I'll get to the rest of you guys in a minute. Yeah, no, okay. Ari, what are you looking for?
Anything unusual about Pillar 5 versus Pillar 9?
Pillar 5 is
The one
a
right next to me.
so Pillar 5 is very interesting. It looks like a wound cord of green and brown sea kelp, and it looks wet.
Okay.
And
What
what was
about
the other
9?
one? 9.
Yeah.
And let's see, what was your
Perception was 18.
yeah. So 9 was wooden pipes, and you would have to be closer to those pipes to see what is on them.
All right.
So out of 12 and 14, which one had the cracked gem looking thing?
Oh, I'm sorry. 14 has the cracked gem looking thing in it. So it looks like the metal amulet. It's like the form of a horned skull, and in the skull's mouth is a green cracked looking gem. And then 12 is just this nondescript necklace.
Okay, I'm walking towards 12.
Sure.
So walking in, nothing's happening. No.
Nothing's happening. You're just walking in. You guys
I will-
passed all the tests.
So I'm going to greet the or Aries going to do it.
No, I mean,
I'll drag it out.
look,
We can do
guys,
it together.
move wherever you want, and we'll get to it. Do it. All right, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Why you rolled an Arcana check? I don't know why.
I don't either.
Did
Oh,
you
it
want
You called for everybody to do an Arcana check when you were talking about
all right.
Waddle,
Did
yeah.
anybody else want to roll perception checks? I mean, I don't know.
I'll roll perception for the heck of it.
Okay.
I'm not very perceptive though.
I don't know what you're looking for. That's the deal.
Well, I'm looking for the 18th pillar. Or 18th, whatever it is.
I mean,
Because-
there's not 18 pillars here. Well, there are, but 2 of them have statues. There are 17 pillars.
Well, that's my point is, okay, I'm going to say that greetings, Master Quaddle. It's a pleasure to be a guest here. These pillars are quite strange. There's what, 17 of them? That would suggest that
They're
there's
nice.
one for each of the gods, save for the moon gods. But there's one missing then. Am I right?
No, Master, no. Only the gods disapproved by the king priests are here. So the gods of darkness and the moon gods. Well, you hear that into your head. Only you, because you asked directly.
2, 3, 4.
You would have to investigate each one of the pillars or look to see what's on there.
Ooh, interesting.
There's all
Okay.
types of crap there.
I need to roll an intelligence check to.
Guys, literally,
Then
every one of these pillars holds some bad thing. Bad thing that is deemed bad by the king priest.
Yeah, so 5 was watery, right? That may be Zebulun.
Now, 5 was a rolled line of kelp, which you
Yeah.
found that was interesting, and it looks wet.
Something with a lot of
Sounds
kelp.
like-
I'm thinking the sea goddess like Zebulun. If there's a whole bunch of gods like you're thinking, each of these might be a god or representative of
Some
That's-
kind of
That's what I'm
artifact.
thinking. Yes.
Right, they're artifacts. Sedition
I look at 2.
is supposed to be a nondescript necklace. That's why I'm focusing on 12.
Okay, well, 1 second. So 2, Garrus, you were looking at a very well-crafted battle axe chased with onyx.
Sweet.
Of course he is.
All right, so let's do.
All right,
each
so-
Okay,
one.
hold on.
Give me
5
code
was the
1.
seaweed one.
All right. People were talking at the same time. Okay. Let's go. What were you saying, Trampus?
5 was the seaweed one.
Yes, 5 with the seaweed one. All right. You went to 1, Ari. This is very interesting. So number 1 is a leather satchel painted in blue and red, and on the satchel it resembles a face with shark teeth.
Face with shark teeth.
Keep in mind, these aren't all what was told to you. These aren't all the gods of darkness. Some of these might be
Anyone that they
false
just-
gods.
Well, I think it's everything other than Paladine. That's what
Yeah.
I think.
Well, no. Historically, that doesn't match because you're 15 years before the Cataclysm, and at this point in time, you know the King Priest is only taking Dark God stuff and also any false gods.
Not neutral god?
Can
Nope,
I
not
make
yet.
a?
Not
Can
yet.
I make a?
I mean, so the guy, the
Oh.
Sphinx, was a servant of neutrality. Go ahead.
Never mind. You kind of answered it for me. I was going to ask if I can make a history check to see, like which gods specifically were
So
disapproved.
Gyno
of, so-
Sphinxes are usually summoned by the gods of neutrality. Yes, and I should have mentioned that before when you guys made your good Arcana check. Then they're not good; they're neutrality. So the King Priest has not delved into doing the things that he will do in the next decade or so. All right. Anyone else have questions?
I think we ought to go pillar to pillar to
Yeah.
just check
Yeah.
them all out. Just go down in a row, 1 through 17.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me where you're going next.
I'm on 8. How about that?
8. Oh, don't be on the pillar yet. Thanks. All right.
I
so
climb
actually,
on to number 8.
So number 8 is a beautifully crafted wooden harp with strings of silver material, which should. You guys took a quest. I know you forgot.
Well, Tarn had a quest.
Connor's not here, but yeah. You guys took a quest to retrieve a harp from the Folio Sabalis.
For the kinder, for the half kinder.
No, so
no,
you
for
guys
the
spoke.
3 women.
You guys spoke with the 3
the women.
women.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
they ended
Tarn
up.
got,
I mean, out of character, they
one.
were hags, and they did their hag magic, and you guys got to contact other plane and ask a bunch of questions. Yeah, and to gain that, you agreed to do a quest for them. Yeah, it was Tarn, but it affects everybody.
Oh, damn.
And so that harp right there on
Tarn's
number
not
8,
here.
you're right, but you're right. He's not here, but that harp matches exactly the description that those ladies said.
Yeah, and those ladies said it was an item that was stolen, basically, from them.
Correct. Yes.
All right.
It
Okay.
was taken from them.
So put it in the bag of holding. Let's take it with us.
Yeah.
You're just gonna yank it?
Yeah, it could be trapped. You
You
know.
gonna yank it?
I'm gonna fill up my little sack with sand, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I,
I'm gonna have Ari or somebody come over here and see if this thing is trapped.
Okay.
I got a picture of a minotaur with a fedora on.
I don't know. I rock
You have to go like this.
Right.
All right, give me an investigation. Ari, you don't see any traps.
Maybe we should ask the
See if there's anyone can detect
guardian.
magic.
We should probably ask the guardian if they're trapped.
Hey, we're
Okay.
kind of wanting to take something from you all, which you're probably guarded to. No, I'm not saying this in character at all. It's like, yeah, we're trying to take something from you all, which you all are guarding.
Don't mind.
So what, tell
You
me
don't
what
mind, right?
Tell me exactly what you're saying in character, because words count right now.
Oh, I am not saying anything in character,
Okay.
but I am thinking this is not a good course of action.
I don't think angering those 3 creatures that appear to be women would be a good course of action either.
No.
I would say we're also honor bound because we promised. So I think
I
we should
didn't
look at it.
promise anything.
I am going to reach toward the necklace on 12 while watching this coatl creature to see if it reacts at all. I'm just gonna
Once
reach
you
out.
reach it, yeah, her serpentine head watches you as you go to reach for it.
I say, are friends allowed to physically inspect the artifacts here? As I see her looking at me, I'll stop moving my hand and move it back towards me and say, are we allowed to touch things here? Or will that upset you?
The coatl, you hear the female voice in your head, only your head, say, would you normally touch items of dark power?
I say, somebody else is going to take this and use it to bad purposes if we do not liberate it.
So the coatl kind of looks back at you, and if there would be a look of suspicion that could pass over a serpentine face, it's that. Do you have permission to touch the items? Is the reply.
That depends on who you're asking if I have permission from. I have been told, we have been told that we need this item, so we do have permission from someone.
Do you know which item in which you are attempting to take or touch and what it may do? And honestly, most of the clergymen who come here marvel at the dark items that the king priest has taken into safe custody, but none of them have tried to touch them.
I point at the necklace on number 12. I say, this is known as sedition.
Yes, it is. Do you know what sedition does?
Takesis has an agent coming for it. We must keep it out of their hands.
Then I will speak to the next guard that comes here and we will double. But it is my charge to not let any of these items leave this room. Like beaming these thoughts into your mind.
Right. Can I speak back to her telepathically?
You can, no, you're not telepathic. So
okay,
you're
I'm just
speaking.
gonna get her real hard for a second and think some thoughts and see if she responds to it.
Okay.
But when
you don't like, so it speaks to you telepathically. It doesn't mean it's reading your thoughts yet.
Right.
Right now, it's not reading. It's not, the Coatl's not trying to read your thoughts. So you're safe.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know.
I say, so are you bound to dispose of any who were to touch an object?
I'm bound to defend anyone, to defend this room against anyone who would thieve or take these items.
But is it thieving if you know about it?
Do you understand the mechanics of being summoned and guarding a place of divine intervention?
I say,
so give me an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know well enough that there's a cleric spell that can summon guardians. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Is that I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a Coatl?
Coatl.
Is that
Yeah.
snake?
Well, that's how I've
lawful
always
good?
pronounced it. Yeah.
Okay. It's lawful good.
Mm-hmm.
Short for Quetzalcoatl.
Okay. So, okay. There's a part of me that says if it's lawful good, then we just need to explain to them everything. That, there is an agent of evil from Texas who is here. Her name is
Pandora. Is that it?
Well, yeah, her name is Pandora, but she's going by an alias told to us by Rorix himself called Pulchra. I think that's what I have her as listed. That is currently in the church. She has infiltrated the church and she wants to take sedition. So
I'll think if it can read minds.
Yeah.
No, I mean it can, but it has to attempt to. So
I'll just kind of raise my hands to it and say,
I just want to say that the spell that is used to summon something like this is planar binding. It's a fifth level cleric spell.
I hold my hands out to her and I say, if you have the ability to enter my mind, please do so. You will find no falsehood.
Let's
Oh, timeline.
look. Well, to be fair, this is an extra planar being.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's MacGuffin's thing is he's contemplating just how badly we screwed up the timeline.
As an extraplanar being, is she like chaos touched? If she's chaos touched, then we have a problem. But she's lawful
No,
good.
she's a celestial.
Timeline.
I don't know. She's lawful good.
Celestials are all lawful good. All celestials are lawful
Maybe
good.
too
You know that
lawful
on your
good,
check.
which is the problem.
As an elf, I can't mess up the timeline, Mr. Gnome. No matter what I say.
Oh, that's true.
It's everybody else in this group that is screwing everything up.
Oh.
I'm in.
All right. So you see the
I'll worry less
coatl.
about you then.
The coatl says a few words, and its eyes glow. So, sorry,
Wow.
I don't know what I did. Yeah. So you're choosing to fail this?
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's fine because you feel this coatl, this alien mind, just go through your thoughts, and then it like recoils, and it says to you specifically, no one else, by the terms of my summoning, I may not allow you to leave with this item, though I would allow you to leave with this item knowing what I know. But if anyone here, either of you or your friends, take this item, the defenses will be called against you.
May I ask the specific wording?
So no one heard this. No one heard this other than.
Oh no! Never
than
mind.
John.
Never mind. Ah.
Only John heard that.
I just kind of close my eyes and nod my head towards him. I said, I respect. Thank you. But you do know what we're up against.
I am bound by the laws of which I was summoned. And that was the voice you heard in your head.
Okay. So I will...
and that's 100% true to the spell. Sorry.
Yeah. I'll come out to here and...
if you guys want to go talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I'll give them my, the one-sided conversation that they heard. I'll let them know that between the two of us.
There's got to be a loophole.
That's what I'm That's what I'm thinking. There's got to be.
What? Find out the specific wording.
If she was commanded to defend these objects, then us taking one is actually defending it.
Right. That's a good point. Also, is it any person who takes it? Because technically my bear is not a person, although in my heart he is.
Okay. I will approach back towards the coatl and ask if there are specific words that are in the binding. What specific words were used in your binding? I say I am a user of magic, but not of the kind that can summon one such as yourself from the upper planes. So I know.
And she beams to you. A part of my binding is I'm not able to speak of my binding.
Of course not. She can't
What'd
talk
she
about
say?
She does say, however, that the king priest himself bound her here.
So if we kill the king priest, you're free. Got it.
Are you daft?
I drink to that, sir.
Um,
Well, all right. We've already killed Fistandantis. Let's go
Right.
for the King Priest.
Killed a shadow of Fistandantilus.
the snowman of this
I'm always wanting to put asterisks next to this accomplishment. I'm not sure why.
The
I say-
Fistandantilus' stunt double.
So what happened?
The wish.com Fistandantis.
Nice.
I say if your physical form here were to die, do you go back to your planar home?
She nods.
She does.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's how that works.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
I say, okay. Well, no
We
hard.
gotta kill her.
No harm, no foul.
No hard feelings for what I am about.
Oh no. All right.
To
Oh no, are you?
I came to that conclusion already too. We're gonna have to kill her.
All right. I need to know where everybody is on the map. Are you close? Are you back? Are you there?
I'm coming up
I
here.
am where I am.
I turn to her, and I just kind of like bow.
You're like a child.
I said-
You're like,
Doing a fantastic
I'm
job.
not touching you.
Yes, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching it.
I
I'm
just
not
want to
touching it.
point out that once we destroy these two guardians, and we're only after this one artifact, the rest of these artifacts are now undefended. I just letting
Yeah.
everybody,
So
giving
you
everybody
think.
all of the information.
I have to say, I'm having qualms because we are approaching this like thieves, and thieves are bad.
We're not approaching like thieves because we're not sneaking.
Yeah, you're doing it right in plain sight, right?
I'm telegraphing. Overly dramatic. I
We
say,
are just violently removing them from their rightful owners.
and I grab sedition from the necklace, from the pedestal.
All right. So yikes. Grabbing sedition. So you take sedition into your hand. Go ahead and give me a reflex saving throw. Hang on.
Oh boy.
Garrus and everybody but Ari, give me a reflex saving throw.
How about dexterity saving throw?
Sorry.
Third edition.
Damn it. Dexterity
I-
saving throw.
I know. I actually kind of like third edition saves.
Yikes.
Sorry, Tim. Ugh.
It's okay.
All right. I'm going to use that last inspiration and re-roll it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do I need to?
But the fact that I don't need to re-roll or roll at all, I'm good.
I did worse.
MacGuffin, is that your final answer? Erevan, is that your final
I'm
answer?
going to spend a perspiration here.
Since I have two, I will
Uh,
do another. Hey, there we go. That's better.
All right, Erevan, you will take half, surprisingly. Everybody else is going to take full.
I'm at the center of the eye of the storm.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'm working on it. 4 and 5. I'm gonna roll a d6 real quick to figure out what type of energy damage it was.
necrotic.
Thunder with the thunder.
I'm immune to that.
No.
I'm just kidding.
All right. So everybody who rolled 19 or above takes half. As so Erevan pulls sedition off the pedestal. There's an explosion of sonic energy that just go pow. Everybody but Weldon or Ari takes, well, Erevan, you take 11. Everybody else takes 22.
Oh,
You didn't check the areas for traps. Sorry. And we're going into initiative now. Sorry.
Don't forget to click your token.
Yeah. I love you guys. You did really, really well until this point. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
That's all right. My next character is going to be really great.
Yikes. Where the hell is the initiative thing again? Damn it.
All right, hold on.
Click on initiative. What?
No, I know.
Click.
There's a thing for it. I'm trying to find it.
I rolled a 1 on my initiative. Jeez. All right.
Where is it?
You have a +10 to initiative. Holy crap!
How do you have a +10?
Part of my abilities as
Oh.
a thief and alertness as a rogue level 4 gives me +4.
All right. Why am I forgetting where the initiative tracker is?
It's the like third from the bottom. It should be right under.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Crap.
Did I really roll this?
So you guys, all right. I just added. You guys have to add. Hang on. I gotta like clear all of this.
Oh,
So you guys gotta add your initiative.
I just did. You just deleted it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we had it there, dude.
Oh, my bad.
That
Okay.
bad is yours.
That is my
Wow.
bad.
That's cool. Are we allowed to roll again then?
Just roll.
No,
That's
no, I'm
I
going to keep
ejected
mine.
Haha.
How does one add a move?
Garrus is on
I'll-
20.
I'll put it back to 2 since that's what I rolled originally.
All right.
Kind
I'll
of things. I don't think I have this thing.
so much better if that was valid. So I got 11.
You can change your own initiative number in the turn
Okay.
order thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Then
All right, fine. I'll re-roll.
Well, you can
No,
re-roll
you
it.
can re-roll, but then you can change the number.
Yeah,
That's
just
your
change the number to what it was.
All right. Ew. Okay, I see. There we go.
so my temporary hit points are all gone now. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
so I only took 3 actual damage. So that's nice.
All right.
That's good.
But you are right next to the monster.
Right.
That's okay, because I'm far away from the monster. And I'm trying to think of like the most insulting thing I can give to a celestial outer plane lawful good creature that would make her angry and upset by what I'm going to tell her.
And I'm right next to you. Get
13 and 12.
About.
13. 12. All right. Is everybody yeah, everybody's there. Okay. Let me do descending. Okay. So McGuffin, you go first. After being hit with a crazy amount of sonic damage. And this is the most damage you've ever taken at one point in time. Like your ears are ringing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I realized
you
I
do
couldn't-
notice, everybody notices that here, this statue over here goes like powers up.
That's why I'm standing in there.
Yeah.
That's why my bear is right there.
And you're down to 9 hit points. Holy crap.
Okay, so are we starting then?
No, you start. You're first in the round.
Go,
Oh,
go.
I am first.
Gadget.
Yeah, I'm
Okay. First of all, I'm ordering my bear, who I still haven't named.
Your bear took. Wait.
Oh, did he? That was psychic damage, right?
No, it was Sonic. But actually, your
Sonic.
bear was right out of range. Surprisingly, your bear took no damage. Huh?
Hot
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, you looked up there.
Hey.
The bear took no damage.
Let's see here. Hold on, I thought I was looking at the bear's sheet.
You have the bear sheet.
But do you have the bare necessities?
The bear necessities. Bear necessities.
You have bear
Yeah, this
in the
What did you
woods.
name your bear again? I don't even remember.
I haven't.
No. Well, that's
Well,
sad.
isn't it originally K9 still?
It was, but it's
Oh,
not.
never
still
mind.
K9?
Yeah, originally it was.
And so we just haven't renamed it.
Okay, so that's all the strength it has, really. All right, let's do this. So I'm figuring the bear is going to kind of rear up on its back legs, kind of like an actual bear would, except this is probably more the size of a black bear than a grizzly or anything. So he's going to rear up and basically going to like grapple the statue.
Okay.
And a bear hug.
Bear hug, exactly.
So it's opposed checks, right?
Say again.
Are you just? So you're just trying to grapple?
Yeah.
Do you have to do an attack before you grapple?
No, it's just an opposed strength.
Yeah,
check.
that's what I thought.
Or the defender can use dexterity if they want.
No, the defender is using strength. The strength was 16. You need to make a check.
Okay.
Your bear needs to make a check.
Hold on one second. I'm trying to see if there's an easy way of.
Your guy had a
doing
sheet.
this. Well, I'm used to using D&D Beyond here. So how do I do it with?
You just click on the bear's strength.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought. I don't remember if he had created a K9, right? I don't.
Or you just roll a 1d20
It just says
plus
strength.
the bear's
bear.
strength.
Okay, so here, let's do it this way. 1d20.
I thought he made it a part of your character sheet.
Oh, shoot. I probably did that wrong.
You rolled 2d20. It's slash
Sorry.
R 1d20 plus whatever your strength bonus is.
I can do that. Slash R.
Yeah, I've got your bear right here. Hang on a second.
1d20.
I'm working on it. Character sheet.
Boom!
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
hot damn.
All right. So your bear actually pulls that statue off of its pedestal,
And
and he's got him wrapped up.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
All right. So MacGuffin, what are you doing?
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Maybe heal yourself?
I think I'm going to heal myself here with a
You're at 9.
cure wounds, which is my rejuvenation serum, or however I called it. So I'm pulling out some blue sparkly stuff.
All right. So you're up to 15.
Yep.
Got it. All right. So you do that. Boop, boop, boop. No problem. All right. Aaron, your turn. So you're right next to. So you do have You do have that. I'm taking that off. The number's off. You've taken the item. It is in your hand. Nothing has happened. You've just grabbed it. And it's a necklace. You don't feel any weirdness happening at the moment.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry, repeat. What does sedition do again?
So what does sedition do again?
My
What
notes
doesn't
say
it do?
it was
So
Priest Ray and Takesis use it to turn good people evil, potentially permanently.
correct. Over
And it
periods
has
of
other
time.
powers as well. But
It has other powers.
ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just going to stick that in a pouch. And I will.
Wait a minute. Ervin, I think you should use it.
He doesn't know how to use it.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. How long does it take? I mean,
he doesn't know.
make that. That's a lawful good creature, right? She's bound by whatever she's supposed to do. However, if you turn it evil, I mean, now that it'll work its way to be freed, which means
You guys have no idea how it works. It's an artifact.
I'm going to point to a point. So to the north of me, that curved wall with a door is that what's that wall made of? Right behind
it looks to be made of the same marble that the floor is made of.
Okay, I'm going to point to a spot about 10 feet high.
Over here?
Yeah,
over here.
Wall. Right here.
Okay, yeah.
Just so it's high and far enough away from me that it doesn't hit me, but it'll hit the Coatl. I'm going to do a shatter spell, which is a 10-foot 10-foot radius sphere.
Okay.
So I'm going to point up about.
What kind of save does the Coatl need to make?
So the Coatl needs to make a Constitution save of DC 12. All right. So it just takes half of this thunder damage. Let's see.
So 7?
So it takes 7 thunder damage.
Okay. And so basically you cast a spell and there's an explosion on the wall. It reaches out and it barrages the Coatl. The Coatl like hisses and takes a small amount of damage.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's
the Coatl's turn.
Yeah, goody.
Oh no! That Coatl is gonna mess you up, Aramon.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next generation of characters.
Right.
For the record, aberrant mind sorcerer.
Okay. So
anyway,
hang on. The Coatl attempts to wrap itself around you. On a 9, that's not going to do it.
That is not.
Nope. It attempts constrict. So the Coatl like lashes its tail at you, and you're able to like duck.
Loses track of the fact that it's actually still wrapped around another column.
Well,
it just constricts the statue.
Hey,
on.
Tim, don't tell me what to do. All right. It's the statue's turn. Yay! He's going to try to break grapple. Good Lord. That was pretty cool, though.
That was awesome.
Boom.
Now the bear has to make a strength check, I think.
Yes, bear. Burr. Big burr.
Rolling up 20.
With the
All
strength.
right.
You do have a sheet there for your bear. I hope you understand that.
Another
I-
nat 20.
What? Oh, all right. So the
Called it. I mean, freaking
Not-
called it.
yep, not working. All right, your turn.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna use a taunt focused on the Quaddle. I'm gonna like disparage her or it on its lawful goodness and why it's basically being a terrible, 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 terrible celestial, allowing all this to happen. That will basically choose that it's a horrible, horrible creature.
Oh,
and
don't
that
forget
it-
free will.
Right. God, is that what I thought it was? The Quaddle rolled
Yep.
a natural 1.
Yep.
So, in your words, the Quaddle.
It has to attack you now.
You made him cry. You made him
Wow.
cry.
Insane.
You know,
So my
that was
particular
kind of brutal,
favorite-
but when you talked about its mother,
All right.
So I'm
Let's
gonna
finish
try
out
to
your round.
dash as my action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's what I can do at that range. Maybe I can go further. Yeah. Okay. 25 feet. And then shoot some crossbow action at it.
At the Quaddle.
Mhm.
16 is a miss.
16 is a miss. Damn.
Yeah. No, it's not a
This
slouch.
isn't a sissy or anything.
The king priest summoned this dude, lady, snake to guard his treasures. Paris, your turn.
All right. So while the bear is grappling the statue, is there anything preventing me from attacking the statue normally
Not at all.
without hurting the bear?
No, you can hit the bear. I'm sorry. You can hit the statue without hitting the bear. Excuse me.
Okay, good. Then
And it'll be easier to hit I believe it's easier to hit the bear when they're grappled. I would have to look it up though.
All right. Well, here we go.
I might have to.
I'm going to go ahead and use one of my fighting spirits to give myself advantage for this turn.
Okay.
So, oh, great. 15.
Nope, wrong one.
Probably not. He's probably wearing like being a plate armor.
Yeah, no, 15
Something.
doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Even with
Okay. In that case, my turn's done for right now.
okay. All right, we're on round 2, MacGuffin.
All right. Let me see if this character sheet for the bear will actually come up this time.
It will scroll all the way down to the bottom, and
Yes.
it's the picture of your bear, right? Or is that? Hang on a second.
So, yeah, I see it. Is there a place on here to do just a plain old melee attack or to grapple
I don't know anymore.
or should
I'm
I just do
looking.
a rend attack? Let's do a rend attack.
All right. When you've grappled someone with a bear,
Hot
Um,
damn.
hang on a second. Let me look something up. Okay.
Oh, wait. I think you also get to bite. No, he doesn't. Never mind.
So your bear gets special attacks when it grapples. Did I miss something?
Basically, I'm breaking the grapple, and then he's just swiping.
Yeah, it doesn't use any action to break a grapple.
Okay. The rend attack misses actually.
Say what?
So I'm gonna. Where do you want to place?
A 16 misses. Wow.
16 miss. Sorry.
All right, so
That's fine.
I'll put that there so we can see it a little better. So,
All right.
oh boy. Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay, well, I am bringing out my blubber gobber. That thing.
Okay.
And this is on the statue.
Okay. I love when idiots are casting fireworks in my neighborhood.
Oh gosh, I've had that a lot lately.
So what's my save?
That'd be a DC 15.
Deck save?
Dex, I'm sorry.
Nope. Failed.
Oof.
Wah wah.
Wah, wah.
5 acid. Nice.
Mhm. You guys are pulling rookie numbers. You need to do bigger.
Well, when we
I'm
get
a
11,
support character. What do you expect?
we get
Those-
dice
those-
for our cancer.
I'm gonna do my McConaughey impression. Those are rookie numbers.
Be better.
All right, Eravon, your turn.
Okay, so can I tell that this thing is?
It's very angry, and it looks to be totally looking at Ari.
Okay.
Like you can totally tell that. I don't need you to roll anything. And you heard Ari just yelling terrible insults as he is, want to do.
Okay. Then I am going to just kind of step up this way a little bit, and I will hold my action until this thing moves away from me.
Okay. Well, it goes next. So
Your mother was a toothless cobra.
yeah. So it's actually gonna it's gonna fly. Ooh, womp. And it's not gonna provoke attacks of opportunity from either of you guys, but definitely from Erebon.
Well, I'm going to use my reaction instead of an attack of opportunity to do my actual held action. I will do an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
And that is freaking 6.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shoot something random.
Okie dokie. So your initiative is now below the Coatls, if that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that on the next round. All right, Statue's turn. Statue's gonna hit that bear. You don't like that bear. That bear's not okay.
There's only room for one construct in
Yeah.
There's only room for one construct in this Tower of High Sorcery.
First slam was a 14. Does that hit your bar?
No. It bounces
Second
off.
slam is a 5. That is also a bad. So
It bounces off of my
yeah.
off of his well
He's
constructed
just like
armor.
swinging, and your bear, surprisingly, is just like. Wah, wah.
All
right. All right, your turn.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Do you know what you bit off, sir?
All right. The harp was 7, right? Harp was 8. Okay. Still obligated to try to take that thing. Do I have to be right next to it in order to grab the harp?
To grab the what?
To grab the harp.
The harp?
That's on this
No,
column over
but-
here.
I mean,
I know I'm in combat. I'm curious. though.
I'm okay with you grabbing it from there, but you know that something bad might happen. You saw that a big friggin' explosion happen when he grabbed something off the other pedestal.
Was this one affected by the explosion? Was the
Coatl?
Coatl explode?
Coatl was not affected by the explosion.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. But give me an intelligence. Well, I will say the Coatl was on a pedestal at that point in time. It was on a suit of armor or whatever.
Okay, so that means we can trigger the traps, but if everyone's on the pedestal or near it, no, that's not gonna work. Other people were injured. Everyone was injured. Damn. Because I was gonna try to trigger more traps intentionally and seeing if that damage would actually affect us. But
I am going to tell you this, guys. We're gonna get to the end of this round, and we're gonna have to stop because we're pressing the end of the session. So go ahead, Ari. It's gonna go Ari, Garis, and we'll go to round 3, and that'll be the end of the session.
all right, I'm going to make an attack with my dagger to see if I can get him.
Okay.
Do
it.
Well, actually, my rapier. Let's go. Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Or- There once was a Kinder I knew.
Yikes. All
There
right.
once was a kinder named Ari who traveled near and far.
Is there more to that limerick? All right. Ari, do you made your attack? Is there any other action you want to do?
He was on a statue that protected him, but he's not on the statue now.
Yeah, you noticed that the Coatl took no damage from that explosion. But everybody else did, except you.
Now I'm on ground zero of that. Okay.
I will say this: once you go look for traps again, I'll give you advantage on it because you know it's there.
Okay.
But not in
Perception
combat.
check, can I look at
No,
advantage?
not in combat.
Oh, damn. Okay. All right, let's do this. I will go here and I will pull the harp.
You can't.
I can't?
No, you attacked and you moved.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, then that's the end of my turn, right?
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Garrus,
All right.
do something.
I am. I'm just gonna swing my sword. How about that? I'm not even gonna think about
boy.
it.
Yeah, you did
27.
swing yours. Jeebus Christmas. Yeah, you hit the hell out of that statue. Good lord.
Let's give us 13 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hit it with my horns.
Okay.
And I think I missed that one. Sorry, I need to take myself off of advantage now.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to action surge and hit
What
it
are you
again.
using to attack, by the way?
My great sword.
That great sword, yeah.
Yeah.
So you stab that great sword like right through the center of that thing, and you just hear like stone and whatever and grinding as you pull your great sword out. Like you hit it bad.
All right. I'm going to use my action surge to attack again.
Okay.
Yes.
Yikes.
For another 15.
So it falls into rubble.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Garrus is just like, whoa, you just see him stab it, and then he comes around and then he lops it in half, and it just falls into stone. And I feel like that was the hope you guys needed to end the session.
I was just about to do that.
All right, guys, it's 11:02 p.m. This is how we normally end. I feel like that's fine. You're not in total dire straits. You killed one of the bad guys. I will give you XP for, you know, everything that you've done thus far here in a few minutes, but I'll do that outside of this. I just want to say thank you. We will definitely be having game in August. Again, if you're still here, please go to the Nexus or just Google Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything and look at our 5e goodness that we did for you, that we play tested here and all around. And have a good night. Hope you had fun.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for running.
Thanks. Hmm.
Travis. Are we clear, Travis? Travis, are you at your computer? I don't think we're clear.
Hold on.
Did he go to the bathroom?
He may have.
He's like, they're in the middle of combat.
And
gonna be
another
displayed
half
on live Facebook.
Travis.
It's awkward.
Yeah, it is. We're just hanging out. We're just doing stuff.
It's
Huh.
fine. Fine.
Everybody go out and purchase Tasselhoff Pouches of Everything.
It's
mean,
free.
it's
We
free.
can't sell it. We can't sell it.
We can't
Dude,
sell it.
come
Fair
on.
use.
Watty,
Sorry.
Yeah.
he was just kidding.
We don't have to tell anybody.
No. So, guys, the audience out there, if you want the map pouch, if you want the book of everything, you can just download it. However, as Patreon members, if you feel you want to support the Nexus and support the people who are making it without really paying for the product, you can, log on as a Patreon member for the DragonLance Nexus
There you
and
go.
help Edward and everyone make even better art in the next books they're gonna make.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, so our Patreon is searchable, DragonLance Nexus. It helps us pay to get new art for our books. Please help us.
All right.
And as much as that, but go ahead, Travis. Go ahead.
I think with that, we are about done. Apparently my sons were actually talking to each other. I was very proud of this moment. So anyway, good night, everybody.
There we go.
Yeah.